Hello, this is Number Systems Part 4, Sexagesimal. This video assumes that you watched parts 1, 2, and 3 about decimal, binary, and hexadecimal number systems. Sexagesimal has base 60, and we don't so much worry about symbols for numbers bigger than 9 as we do in hexadecimal. Instead, we just kind of treat each place separately, oftentimes using commas to separate our place values. This is something you should be familiar with, measuring time for sure. Each hour is divided into 60 minutes and each minute into 60 seconds. So those are 60 place values. 60, each place has a 60 times higher place value of the seconds and minutes. And you can even go smaller. There are some systems here and there that talk about, if it's minutes, if it's degrees, then minutes, then seconds. You might call them then thirds or fourths or fifths, going into smaller portions from that. So how does it work? Well, we have a place value. The ones place, you can go from 0 up to 59, but as soon as you have a full 60, that goes into the 60th place. So that next place to the left holds 60 times the value of the ones place. So that's the 60th place. The next place after that would be 60 times 60, or 3,600th place, and so on and so on. Now, to the right of that is where things get much more interesting and much more convenient, and what makes this numbering system really valuable to us. To the right of that place that we might call the decimal place, the part of a whole, you're talking about the 60th place, 1 out of 60. And then the 3,600th place, and 60 times that, the place to the right of that. This is really convenient and really nice because 60 is divisible by a lot of things. In fact, it's the smallest integer that's divisible by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so when you're splitting whole parts of something into different size pieces, sexagesimal is a much more convenient way to do it, to get whole numbers. And it was very much used BC. A lot of things were used sexagesimally because they could be split up much more easily, which was really important. Really, mathematics back 2,000 years ago, its main goal was to help deal with goods and services in a fair and equitable way. And if you can split things up more easily with sexagesimal, then that makes sense with the numbers to use. Okay, so if you have a whole of something and you want half of it, you would say, well, I have 30 parts of 60. If you want to split it up into 4 pieces, well, you would divide 60 up into 4 pieces. And so you would be able to have a whole number for that, instead of in our number system where 10 is our base. So if you're trying to break something up into 4 pieces, I can't do that as a whole number equally. So 60 is a much more valuable thing for that. And it's one main reason that they used it. They actually counting, we talk about counting with our hands and we have 10, we use 10 because we have 10 fingers. Well, they use the bones in their left fingers. So you have 3 bones per finger and you have 4 fingers, not including your thumb. You can get up to 12 over there. Then you use your other hand to hold the places. So once you count to 12, hold up a finger. Once you count to 12 a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, 5 times 12 is 60. So that's one way they used to count, using the bones of their left hand and their fingers on their right hand to hold the spot. It was used for degrees, and a circle is 360 to go all the way around the circle. And each degree is split up into 60 minutes, and each minute is split into 60 seconds. We use that same exact idea for lines of latitude and longitude for finding places within the Earth, and in star charts. In constellations and such, we still use minutes and seconds. We talked about it in time already. You've got 1 hour cut into 60 minutes and 60 seconds. It's used in lots of places. I'll have some more videos talking about converting these things in between the different systems, and a little bit more about advantages and disadvantages to each system. Thanks.